If you wanted to see what 4 months without a retwist looks like, here you go, okay? Because this is... Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, my name is Amira, and I am here... Ouch. Oh my God. I am here, my nose ring just stabbed the crap out of my nose. I'm here to show you guys what 4 months without a retwist looks like. It's looking crazy if you haven't noticed, but on the bright side, my locks are so thick, so thick, and I am ecstatic at how they are growing, how they're maturing. Like giving you guys something to look at from the back. It is time for a retwist. So I will be back to show you guys the results of that, and then we can go ahead and get into this lock update. So stay tuned. Hey y'all, I'm back, and as you can see, my hair is retwisted. It's not freshly retwisted because it's been 2 weeks since I had the retwist, and I'm just now doing the update. I had recorded the video, got to editing, just scrapped it, didn't like it whatsoever. Very critical of myself when it comes to the video. So I'm trying this a second time, and I'm gonna try to make it shorter. The first one was very long-winded, and I know y'all ain't got all day. So we just gonna jump on into it. This is, what is it, May? Today is May 29th. Yes, it's been 2 weeks since I recorded the first part, put it like that. So I am creeping up on 1 year and 6 months, which I cannot believe. So we at that almost a year and a half mark, but not quite. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the back so you can see. And it's definitely grown. I did get rope twist, and I don't usually get rope twist, but I find that rope twist make my retwist last a little longer. It maintains the frizz, and it looks cute, especially after you take it out, so it gets that little wavy look. So regarding my update, I'm gonna talk about my locks from day 1 up until today. And yeah, some people had asked me questions. I usually post on my Instagram or my Facebook, like, ask me questions, I'm gonna put it in the video, and I never make the video. So I got y'all, so don't be mad at me because I'm doing it today. So I'm just gonna give a little background. I got my locks in January, late January, I think it was like January 27th of last year, 2019. And I started with the coil method. So when I first got them, I will admit I was a little apprehensive about the process because I was used to having my hair in protective styles. I got faux locks a lot, which is what led me to actually getting locks. I was used to having my hair like in a style, and coils aren't really a style. They look weird, and they made my hair look small. So I did feel kind of weird, but I was super excited to start my journey. And for those of you who are starting locks, one thing I will say is that if you are considering it, it is a commitment. So test out the faux locks, see how it looks on you. What sold me with getting locks was I got some faux locks that looked real natural, and it wasn't like that glossy hair. It looked really kinky and natural looking. And when I got those, I was like, okay, these are really cute. I'm gonna go ahead and lock up my real hair, so you know it'll actually be growing out of my scalp. And that is what convinced me. And also my husband, he wanted me to get locks too. And just a lot of research, watch YouTube videos, watch other people's journey, look at pictures. Pictures inspired me. Like, my Instagram feed is mostly people with locks. So it was just, yeah, that is what inspired me to get locks. So that's usually my question, is like, how do you do it? It's a commitment. How do you deal with it? Like, you have to go in knowing that it's a process. What you see people with is the result of several years of growth, several years of maintaining, several years of trial and error. So you can't go in thinking that you're gonna have locks like them unless you do instant locks. And that's a whole nother process that I can't advise y'all on because I didn't do it. So that is a tip that I do have for those of you considering starting locks. You know, do your research, watch as many videos as you can. Don't get it because other people got it and you think it looks cute on them. Like, envision them on you. Test it out, do your research, make your decision. So I'm gonna mix some of the questions I got into my tips, or that just may help me go along my update with my update. Let's see. Okay, what's something you wish you would have known prior to starting your locks? And what's something you didn't like about your lock journey at first, but you do now? So, what's something I wish I would have known? If you guys are subscribed to my channel, you may have seen that I have a video called, what is it called? Oh, what I wish I knew about castor oil. And that is probably the biggest thing where I'm like, okay, I wish I did more research on oils, because when I first started, I'll be real, I did not know what I was doing. I was mixing a lot of what I learned with other people and trying to do it all on my hair. So I was using coconut oil, castor oil, the Jamaican castor oil, argan oil, tea tree oil, I was just putting them in my head. I wasn't testing one at a time to see how they reacted. And when I finally tested the Jamaican castor oil, I realized that's why I had such itchy locks in the beginning. Like, it was insane. I thought in some videos people say, oh, that's natural for locks. And I'm like, this can't be, because my head didn't itch like this before I got them. Like, I have the same scalp, and I wasn't using this oil before. So I did pinpoint that it's the castor oil. And it works differently on different people. I personally stick to tea tree oil, essential tea tree oil. I will either pour some of the oil in a water bottle and mix it with some water and spray it, or just put some on my hands and rub it through, keep it simple. I realized that does not make my hair like dry up or have as much buildup. And it's way less itchy. It barely itches. If anything, it's like your normal scratching, kind of like when you need to wash your hair. Speaking of washing hair, that will probably be the next thing I jump into. So when it comes to washing my hair, oh no, I didn't answer the second part of that question. What I didn't like about my lock journey was honestly just the look of coils when they first started. Like, I was excited to have them, but like I said, it was different for me. So I wasn't used to it. I felt a little weird, but my husband was like, oh, you look cute, don't worry about it. And the days where I wasn't really used to it completely, I just wrapped it up in a head wrap. But I think today, locks are more accepted, as more of a social norm. Like, I know growing up, locks were you kind of looked at people like, their hair is dirty. And now you don't really, that stigma isn't attached to it. It's more so like everybody's doing it. And I had people come up to me like, oh, your starter locks are cute. Where did you go? Or how did you start the process? Stuff like that. So people will actually inquire or come up to me asking about my hair. So I think that is pretty cool. And okay, so I said I was gonna jump into washing my hair. So I do use the Dr. Bronner's shampoo, the peppermint shampoo. I would show you guys, but I ran out, so sorry. But it is in my video about castor oil. I do show that shampoo. I use that shampoo because it does have a lot of essential oils in it, and it keeps my scalp moisturized to where I don't have to condition it after washing it, and it doesn't feel super dry after washing it. I noticed that because I was testing out shampoos, like I used the Shea Moisture shampoo with apple cider vinegar. Of course, the apple cider vinegar dried out my hair and my scalp was extremely itchy after using it. So I'm not necessarily a fan of that, but the Dr. Bronner's is something I stick to, and then I'll just do the tea tree oil and keep it at that. I did try to do a hot oil treatment, but that was kind of a fail because I didn't really have all of the products I needed. And I also did an apple cider vinegar rinse, which was also a fail because I did it way too early in my loc journey. Like I had no buildup and I wasn't putting that much in my hair to begin with. So I don't know why I thought I needed that. So a tip I will give if you're starting your loc journey, understand where you are. Like just because you had your locks for 3 weeks, 3 months, it doesn't mean that you need to do what somebody else is doing. Like I saw other people doing it, but they also said they put a lot in their hair. If you know you don't put a lot in your hair, you probably don't need to do a detox. Just my piece of advice. Another question I had was, okay, who deleted my questions? I had them, like I screenshot them and everything. Anyway, I'll try to go off of memory. I think someone had asked me, how do I maintain the ends of my locks? Which was a really good question. I noticed when I was doing my research or watching other people's loc videos that people will try to, like when your hair is budding, it gets frizzy, it's doing its own thing. And they would try to comb it or straighten it out or get rid of the frizz, whatever you call it. I think it's crazy, but I don't do it personally. As far as my ends go, I leave them alone. Like if I have some strings hanging here and there, sometimes they'll fall out, or I don't know, they'll mat up and lock up and my ends will be sealed. But I didn't really focus too much on that because there was a time where my hair was expanding and it was budding and it was really poofy at the top and the ends were still like coils. So it's fine. Like it looked weird. It did look weird, especially because I didn't have a retwist at the time, but it's fine. Like you don't need to try to manipulate your hair into looking a certain way during your beginning stages. It is a journey, it is a process. So it's gonna go through different stages where it looks crazy, possibly in your opinion, but the locks are gonna straighten out, the lumps are gonna straighten out. It's gonna be fine. It's just budding. It's your hair is getting used to being locked. It's being trained in a sense to lock up and do what it do. So chill out on that. But as far as ends, like I said, I didn't focus too much on them. I didn't have issues with them. I do go to a loctician, so someone who professionally does my hair. He said they were fine. You know, he retwists my hair with rose water and essential oils. So all of that was good. I do retwist with the palm method. So yep, kind of just let it do its thing. And I had some, I always forget something. Like if y'all watch my videos, I always lose my train of thought like that fast. Oh, I was gonna say how often I wash my hair. So this is a huge question in the loc community, which I see a lot of people mention, and I'm just gonna give my 2 cents on it. How often I wash my hair is probably once a month. I do spray it with water so it does stay moist, or it gets moisture somehow, and with oil. But a common myth that people feed into is that you can't wash your hair when you start your locks. And I think that's crazy. Like, who wants dirty hair? Like, keeping your hair dirty does not make it lock any faster. If anything, you're setting yourself up for a lot of buildup, and you don't want your hair thinning or anything like that down the line. So when I first got them, I will admit, like, I fell into that too. I'm like, can I wash them? And my loctician was like, you know, it's up to you. I'm not gonna tell you not to wash your hair, but you know, do what makes you feel comfortable. He was like, when you wash it, don't wash it too hard. Like, be really gentle with it and massage the shampoo through your scalp, but don't think that you need dirty hair for it to grow. And so that's what I did. I just kept rinsing it. Probably about a month in, I was just rinsing it, putting my oils in. I did the thorough wash when I went to him because I was still kind of paranoid about the coils unraveling, but that's also not a huge deal. Just coil it back up, it'll be fine. What else did I want to talk about with my loc update? As far as length, so my hair, it grows really fast. It did that before I got locks, but of course with locks, your hair grows a little faster. So I'm gonna zoom in or get closer so you guys can see. it's like, I don't know. Like I said, the retwist is 2 weeks old. I did just spray it before I sat down to record this video. But it has grown, like in comparison to the last time I got my rope twist, which was November of last year, to now, like the growth is crazy. And so it's on the right track. My locks are really thick. I have a total of 96 locks. So they'll be really full and flourishing once, you know, once they continue to mature. Like they're gonna keep maturing or whatever. But yeah, so lengthwise, I'm very satisfied. And you also have to be patient, because when you don't stress over the length of your hair, or when you don't stress over what it's doing, is when you'll notice the most growth. Like if you're constantly focusing on your hair, staring at it every day, you're gonna get fed up and think that it's not doing anything. And I think that's when people just like, whatever, I'm fed up, and they don't wanna finish out their journey. So I also I just stopped thinking about them. Like I kept them washed, I kept them moisturized, but after that it was just like, you know, whatever. As far as styles, I'll do this and maybe do some up, some down, but I don't do a lot of styles because it causes tension on my roots, and I don't really like that. It'll give me a headache. So I'm kind of selective as far as styles go. For lock jewelry, I did do the golden cuffs, probably about, I'll say, I put them in for Passover when I had first got my locks, so April of last year. They were like 3-4 months old. I put them in for that just to have some jewels, but I took them out the same night because I wouldn't recommend putting cuffs and everything on locks that haven't even budded yet. After that, I put them in. After a year, I kept them in a little more often. I put some beads in, and I would keep them in for about 3 days or so and then take them out. Just because I think my locks are still in their early stages, so I'm not really big on the jewelry just yet. I do plan on doing the lock sprinkles though, and I'm saving that to maybe when I'm like closer to 2 years. That's just my personal preference. I've seen people do them where the locks are less than a year old. That's perfectly fine if that's what you want to do. I just wouldn't do it on my hair at this time. The last question I had was, would I comb out my locks if I decided I didn't want them anymore? At this point, or would I do the big chop? At this point, no. I would probably just chop them off. Reason being because I've cut my hair down really short before and they grow back really fast. The only thing that would stop me from cutting my hair and having to comb them out is if my husband is like, no, you're not cutting your hair, which he probably would say. So I don't even plan on taking them out. They're here to stay. I don't want to be too long-winded, so I hope this video was informative for you guys. I will be posting more updates. I promise I will. I just need to get my life in order, but I will be posting more videos. So if you did like this, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe if you have not already. And also please put some feedback in the comments. Let me know what you thought or how your lock journey is going, or any tips you have that work for you that you think may work for me, or just ask questions, you know. So thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will be back with some more videos. So I will see you all next time. Shalom.